Maybe you should crack open that beer over there.
Nah, I'll skip on the beer. I think I'd make even more mistakes at this point.
What's your favorite beer to drink?
I don't really like beers, to be honest. If I drink them, light.
Anything that's a light beer?
Yeah, and even that is a little too heavy for me, to be honest. You?
Remember the time you drank those Bud Light Platinums and you barfed your brains out all over?
Thanks.
Sorry. They were pretty strong, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Well...
Do you remember how we found the gravity suit? I remember both of us were really looking for it. You remember how we finally found it?
Yeah, it was in the sunken ship, wasn't it?
The wreck ship, actually.
The sunken ship. Shows how long ago I've played that game.
Yeah.
Oh, the Let's Player curse is really taking over. Well, obviously we're not going to make under an hour at this point, but
let's continue.
Let's continue. I'm not about to back out now from an LP. It's also, I think this is also the Treetop Town curse. I think I might have mentioned earlier your one about death here.
Yeah, I think if you try to rush through this too fast, that's what can really hurt you.
Yeah. And the fact that I forgot my own rule playing this game, jumping into the barrels, you know, I made that rule when I was, what? When I think, the game came out in 94. I was born in 85, so I would have been 9 at the time. I came up with this rule when I was 10, 11, which is more than 15 years. And you'd think I would remember my own rule, but apparently I don't.
Yeah. Is this your favorite Donkey Kong in the Donkey Kong Country series?
Probably. I know a lot of people like Diddy's Kong Quest. But I prefer this game, probably just something experience. I mean, I was absolutely ecstatic about this game. I think I started to stress out my dad and just the fact that how much I was obsessed over this game.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it when we were in the Minecraft stages, but when we were there, it was Christmas, the year the game came out. And my dad just happened to walk into the room, and there I am in the mine stage, and he goes, "Well, look at there, you got coal for Christmas." and I just looked at him and smiled. But the first time I played this game, took me a straight month.
Yeah, now we could beat it in just one sitting.
In just one sitting, a little under an hour, depending on how things go and if I don't make stupid mistakes. And... and a little under an hour and 10 minutes if I make big mistakes.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Isn't it weird how we used to take so long to beat a game like this, but now...
Well, you know, we were also children, going to school.
Yeah.
And playing outside, well, more or less you playing outside and me being obsessed with video games. Remember when I moved into Newark Valley, I was obsessed with the Doom ships? And I'd pretend I was a freaking Doom ship.
I never recalled that one.
Oh, you weren't in the district during that time. My sister has a boyfriend named Greg, and his son, he calls these real chasing after you, chasing ferrets. That's right, ferrets chasing after you. And I tell you, they hurt.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to mess with those real chasing ferrets, would you?
Bite you on the ankles, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah. Get into your stuff and mess it up and...
Climb up your pant leg.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you got a whole mess of ferrets on you. You know, but again, this is like the only time you see this stage show up in the game. The second time. Yeah. 2 times in one game. You know, for repetitive, Donkey Kong just is absolutely incredible.
I think the cave level shows up the most, doesn't
shows up the most probably than the water stage. But I mean, there's different varieties of them that it stays fresh.
it? Yeah. Like the pollution level, you got the ice level, then the regular.
No. Oh man, that was close.
Oh, yeah.
That was really close.
Definitely.
Here's the first time. The bane of anyone who's played this game knows what the orangutan game represents. For those trying for the bonus spells, this represents 5 separate bonuses that you have to collect, and otherwise for those just trying to get through the level, represents the orangutans with the barrels. And they show up at the most inopportune times throughout the game.
Is it your most hated enemy in this game, you think?
Probably, yeah, the orangutan.
Yeah. I think they should have utilized the ostrich a little bit more in this game. It seems like this is the only real opportunity.
There's the other time in the snow world, if you want to get all the bonuses, that's where, wow, forgetting a name of a Let's Player. But when he and NintendoCapriSun had his race, that's where he got hung up. I'm talking about, here's the Let's Player curse again.
Yeah.
You know, that would be a good episode name for where I'm having all my deaths. The Let's Player curse comes in full throttle. Watch out. Right?
Yeah, this next level really reminds me of the beach. And you know the smell you get when you first come home from the beach?
No, what smell? What smell are you talking about?
Well, I want to create a clone that captures the essence of that smell.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
You know, again, just obsessing about the water stages. I think these were the most well put together stages of the game. I mean, this is the kind of music I could listen to for hours on end. And props to the guy who's done the Nintenmix and those who've actually done mixes of Nintendo games. The Donkey Kong Water World music often comes out really well.
Absolutely.
Which by the way, Joseph, look up Nintenmix so that we can give the proper name to the Nintenmix. Do it. So we can give the proper thanks to the Nintenmix.
There's actually many of them, so you can't really pinpoint.
Well, then for the YouTube, because that's the one I've been watching.
Oh, there's many on YouTube as well.
Well, it's just called Nintenmix. And here's the Let's Player curse. Donkey's almost dead.
Perfect, just perfect.
Here's another kind of a snooze boss. To think that when this boss first came out, it gave me a little bit of trouble. But when you think about it now, it's just an easy pattern of repetition and avoiding him.
I better see a 4-row dot up on every time, 2 rows, warlock curses, rends, everything you got. Shadow word pain.
You know that's World of Warcraft and RPGs, right? I don't think this exactly counts as an RPG. There's the freaking Let's Player curse. I'm serious. It's like, it's on my back. Did you see that?
I saw it.
So, the Nintenmix, have you been looking it up?
Looks like aquatic ambience.
But I'm talking about the YouTube user. What's his name? It's like Flow something.
I'm not seeing it here, but maybe we'll
type in Nintenmix.
I did.
And then 101, and then it should pop up the username for whoever it happens to be. And speaking of brilliance in Donkey Kong Country, this certainly rivals the water stages. You can just see the snow building up in the background. And as you get further in the stage, the snow gets heavier and the music builds up, and eventually the mountain just completely disappears. It's just it's brilliant. I mean, it's a feat of engineering that it seems like some games today just have not been able to do.
Do you notice how you just were on top of that barrel for a second there?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that's a move that you don't really get to use too much in this game.
I think isn't it required to get into one of the bonuses and later in the game? I think it's a factory stage.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's something I learned from Bear of Love when I watched his and NintendoCapriSun's race. Wow, Let's Player curse, full throttle. It's like a car getting vroom, vroom, going.
I think you're just nervous because it's your first one.
Perhaps. There may be some truth to that. So have you looked up the Nintenmixes yet?
Yeah, the username is FlowJess55.
Well, make sure to put that up in the middle of this in the screen or in the description. Hats off to Flow Jess. A lot of different music that he's put up. He's made sure to give proper credit to those who have mixed the songs.
If I recall correctly, this is your favorite level in Donkey Kong Country.
It is my favorite level.
What makes it your favorite, Simon?
The fact that it was very ingenious for its time. I mean, any player who's played it now, quickly understands the quirkiness of this stage. But when you first play it, it's not something you necessarily think about. And the fact that at the very end you have to jump between the two reds just to get up. That's just ingenious if you really think about it.
It really is a fun level to play.
It is a fun level.
Is that snow slippery? Or not really?
A little bit. Especially when you're moving a Kong. So it's important to keep your balance. But at the very least, the controls for Donkey Kong Country are really tight and good. Quickly responds to your commands. Just takes practice. Like getting this G, for instance, the only letter I got, but not that much work, as you can see.
Very nicely done. I think you're really making up for your mistakes earlier in the game if you continue with this speed.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of people do have trouble with these stages, but you're really getting through them pretty well.
Well, it just seems like, if anything, my bane happens to be in the third world. I don't know if it's a lack of practice or if I get nervous or too excited, but I mean, something happens.
Yeah, it's all mental, I think.
It probably. But, here you can see the opposite of the first stage. The snow is now dying down, and eventually the mountain, well, there's the mountains right there, appearing. And, another thing I like about Donkey Kong Country is that it goes in patterns. And it's been argued a lot of games are like that. And what I mean is they'll take an idea such as the ferrets chasing after you, and then they'll introduce them later, but now it's the quoctopuses. Or timing, jumping onto the ropes later in the factory world. You'll be relying on the music and the timing of the ropes to go through the dark blackout basement.
Yeah.
So I mean, this game just sets itself up. DK Barrel is actually a hindrance there, and that one always sometimes gets me. It's just very quickly can go wrong.
Your favorite enemy.
And then if your Kong gets hit there, just like Diddy got hit there, could have resulted in defeat. Yeah. Fortunately,